Let's hope I have the right one. My hype is killing me. I don't know if I have the right one or not. Okay. Ah, finally, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Darkstar Gaming time! Esports continuation, week 1. This match is going to be Resurgence Red, or Resurge Red, sorry, and Elotus. Join with me this time around happens to be...
Starman, back at it again.
Yep, and we are quite excited to get some League of Legends action going soon, going fast. I hope you guys are ready for some hot, right off the grill action of of League of Legends here. Anyway, before we begin here, you probably are wondering what's going on with the pick or ban situation here. I need to let you guys know about why it took a little bit of extra time here. The truth is, it turns out Resurge Red had the misfortune of losing their jungler, so they got themselves an emergency person to fill in the gap. So that's why we have this sub coming in here. His name happens to be Hottie Williams, no less.
Woo!
The legend himself, Hottie Williams, coming back for the Resurge team yet again. He will hopefully help this team rally themselves around and get some good chemistry going here amongst the remaining members. But I'm going to hope for his sake that things are going to work out nicely. Of course, because this is a sub that is not on the team, that means they will lose a ban right off the top. It doesn't apply. I believe it doesn't apply to after game 1. Everything's okie dokie, I'm pretty sure. I'll get that correction later on. Natsu pretty much will probably barge in and tell me, hey, no. It's every game for all I understand. But anyway, folks, nice meeting you all. Let's go ahead and get right into the action here right off the bat. By the way, I almost forgot the very important thing. Let's get some music going as well. Let's get this party going, guys. Go!
Gotta have the music playing along there.
Indeed. You can't have a party without music. That's just not a party.
No, it's just not a party at that point. I think it's very important to note that ban is going to affect them this game, but since we're best of 3 series, as long as that doesn't pertain to the entire series, I don't think we're going to have any issues, or rather, Resurge isn't going to have any issues. I wouldn't worry about it too much. However, with the new banning type, losing a ban off the top is not as bad as losing a ban off of the bottom end of those. I think those are the worst ones, because use the ban off the top, that's kind of whatever, but you can still see what their team comp is. You still get to ban off those bottom 3. That really helps a lot.
It will definitely. It certainly gives the advantage to Elotus here. I do know about the efforts that Resurge had. I don't know if they're ever going to call themselves Resurge Blue, but I think that might happen. I think they might make the change at some point, honestly.
Yeah, so interestingly enough, Resurge Red, all the intel that I've heard has pointed to kind of a hodgepodge team. Not in the sense that they're all bad, but just that they haven't played together. There's not a lot of team synergy. And all the chatter I've heard contrary has been unsubstantiated. Whoop, right into it. And looking at Elotus, their team, I've heard, has been together a long time. Maybe you could confirm that for me?
Indeed, I can. Elotus happens to be quite a very fun bunch. They happen to have good chemistry together. They happen to be very skilled in that manner, in fact. Most of them seem to be quite in the higher half of the ELO, this side of the nearly ending Season 7. Preseason will be eventually coming around soon enough. There we go. Resurge Red takes the ban to 0 for the fact that they cannot exactly have every single one of the players that they have in this situation. But anyway, back to the most important factor here. It looks like Draven happens to be taken away. Merge Lane
Draven doesn't do anything. Not this game.
Right, and Tristana also seems to be banned as well. 80 carry focus so far by both sides.
Okay.
And I think we're going to continue to see a focus on the ADs or around the ADs because with this current meta, there's so much pressure on the bot lane to perform. Getting rid of those massive game changers such as Draven and Tristana is really going to help them flesh out these team comps. Once you eliminate what one person can do or the most that one person can do, then you have to focus on those team comps more and more. And I'm interested to see how that Ramus plays out for them. I would not be too rushed to ban Ramus.
Speaking of that, it looks like they will also get rid of a few other junglers along with it. Gragas seems to be gone, and so does J4. Now we'll see what the very first pick for Resurge Red is.
I would like to say that them banning those junglers does make a little bit of sense, but only because those junglers, if you look at them, aren't necessarily carry junglers. You got Gragas, you got J4, you've got Ramus. These are all junglers that can very much affect that bot lane, and in the meta where the bot lane is so big, it makes sense that you want to get rid of those junglers unless you're going to play them yourself.
Considering Resurge Red is now standing in a situation where they're playing the legendary Hottie Williams, they're going to try to make it so that way they have a nice, smaller version of their jungling options here. It looks like on the side of Resurge Red, they secure the Rakan support, and meanwhile, on the Elotus side, they take Taric and Sejuani. Interesting options so far here.
So the last time I saw Rakan played and done well with, I was playing him and I almost got a pentakill. But anyway, I don't see that pick as super strong. Xayah and Rakan has been banned, or not banned, but been nerfed enough times that is not even a power pick anymore. But you see it's priority for the side of Resurge Red as they have Hottie Williams pick it up. And I'm sure he's not jungling with Xayah. If he is, he truly is legendary.
Indeed. Xayah is one of the most couple, one of the only couple to ever exist. Xayah and Rakana is what I'm trying to say. Sorry.
Rakana, you putting the feminine touch on there, Rakana.
Xayah Rakana. Like
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah.
There we go. Hakuna Matata, everyone.
Hakuna Matata. Vladimir here seems to be secured, as well as it looks like Roger switches last second to the Cassiopeia.
So the question is that Cassiopeia AD carry or mid lane? Before you jump all over my back, let me explain. AP Cassiopeia bot lane can be very, very developed in the mid to late game. She doesn't have any
with a
tower pressure, mind you.
With a Taric.
With Taric, yes, with Taric. No, that's obviously Taric top, right? I mean, it's pretty clear. We can see that's Taric top.
Okay.
Let's go.
Second
round bans, though.
Or is it Sejuani top, Taric jungle? We won't know. We won't know.
Oh, man. Sejuani jungle, though, I think overlooked. I'd like to talk about that now, if I may. Sejuani jungle is a beautiful pick, especially considering the ones that have been removed so far. That's going to make things really nice for them on the side of Elotus. And Etiver, obviously, very team-minded. The team fight is strong. Just looking at the AoE they have drafted so far, Taric with the AoE ultimate, and then Sejuani on top of that, the Ice Bolo, and Cassiopeia's Petrify. If you try to face this team, you're going to get stomped.
Yep, and I would imagine that would be a pretty good idea, but the thing is, when you think of that kind of comp style, you would assume that you'd want to have, like, J4 with a Cassiopeia, you know what I mean? Because it's like, you get Cassiopeia's W, you can kind of get a nice poison trail inside of the J4 ultimate, so you can kind of like make a consistent damage thing. But I think they were more concerned at this point with J4 slipping through and going to Resurge Red. But I feel like that situation might still kind of work out with Sejuani in a certain way.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think their big fear was J4 getting picked onto the side of Resurge because Cassiopeia's one of her biggest weaknesses is getting dove on. Obviously, not from a perspective of like under tower, but in a team fight, it's pretty easy for J4 to seek out Cassiopeia and stomp her, or at least isolate her from the fight, which is not where she wants to be. So I think they just want to get rid of that and draw more into a centralized focus, not necessarily a huge stomp wombo combo team, because you're right, J4 would be better if they're just trying to get damage out.
Well, Camsterdam here seems to have some faith in his jungler here. He's saying, let's hope Hottie Williams does not get executed this time. But knowing the legend, he'll surprise us regardless to whatever happens. In any case here, the following situation seems to be Mr. Blue Light Sky taking the Darius against Pei Yuan, or Pei Yaoi.
Pei Yao? Pei Yao, I believe is how that's pronounced.
Thank you. Yes, Pei Yao. Thank you. And he seems to be the Gnar on the top side. So, honestly, pretty standard top lane situation here. I kind of see that happening often, but usually Gnar is the one that kind of comes out on top thanks to the smaller Yordle form.
Yeah, that's kind of a classic top lane, but even so, I feel like it has elements of fun into it. Oh, I didn't let you do your countdown to waiting.
Ah, yeah, like the good old days. Yeah, I'll
like
get another chance. I'll get another chance.
We'll get another chance.
Yeah.
All right. While we're waiting here, and while we have time to talk, I just got to give a brief shout out to my boy tuning in all the way from Washington, Corbin Graham. Hey, hang loose in there, buddy, and things are going to be just fine for you. With that out of the way, shameless self-cancer plug out of the way, Maokai, tell me about Maokai in the jungle. How is this working?
Well, let's see. Hottie had not gotten that opportunity last time. That opportunity went to his top laner, Grom. And I haven't exactly seen Hottie use Maokai, if I remember correctly. He was playing J4, and I believe he was playing another jungler, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. But in any case, I believe this is his first time playing the Maokai jungle. So seeing him get executed here would be a very rare sight indeed. But what I will say though is Maokai is definitely, although much weaker than he's ever been in the jungling option, at least this side of Season 7, still solid enough to be used in that position due to his incredibly efficient way to just hold down a target, if not multiple targets, in a nice position for follow-up.
I would like to point out he was picked last, and so after the Cassiopeia, after the Kalista, and after Taric, so seeing that they're trying to jump in on you so much, Maokai, maybe his ultimate was the real decisive pick there.
Considering Kalista can basically kite the situation away, if Maokai does it at point blank, Kalista can just, keep hitting the Maokai, keep jumping back. Eventually, Maokai might get just that distance hitbox to just make the gap close necessary to continue the route. But in any case, most definitely, I would suspect Hottie's going to be the guy of focus in this situation here, because it's all on him for Resurge Red's chances of victory here. They kind of are going in with a guy that is going to be a very big necessity to their winning chances here, because they had zero practice with this guy. He's just kind of brought in, so who knows, really? Yeah. And that's kind of a very important part for the early game.
That might not be a detriment, considering that the team is so loosely stacked anyway. Maybe none of them have really played that much before anyway, and so Hottie Williams is going to step in here, and it's just going to be that normal wombo combo. That like every now and then you line up with 5 people in a normal game, and you're just like, go, let's do it. Maybe that's the kind of synergy we're going to see come out here.
All right. Well, it looks like my friend Sonic Abs dropping the disrespect onto me. Looks like he wanted to be the one casting, clearly. Anyways, Army or Sonic's mom?
Wow.
We can see.
That's a clever insult.
That's a very clever insult indeed. But we will see in the moment.
Shout out to Sonic's mom.
Shout out to Sonic's mom indeed. Anyway.
Well, I, for one, really, really enjoy your casting, Army.
Thanks, man. You might be one of the rare few that do.
Ouch. The self-defamation there. Either way, this load up. Self-burn. So you could tell that Elotus all plays together very often because they all have the clan tag Lot, except for Roger. And he's got a over the E, so I'm not sure if that means it's Roger. How do you pronounce that?
Roger does sound like a bit of a tricky one. I think we'll stick with Roger. I'm pretty sure he'll correct us momentarily. But until then, I think we'll just stick with the usual stuff. So far, these levels are quite interesting. Darius takes his level 7 Darius versus the level 4 Gnar here. At least in the experience range. I think Darius might have a little bit too many S's if you're asking me personally. But I'm not jealous or anything. Anyway,
Definitely not.
Poro Rider Sejuani here. Classic. I believe Hottie Williams himself used that exact skin. Hopefully PETA will not be watching this time because the tragedy might strike the poor Poro Rider. Because usually they're one of the very few champions that take a lot of impact in fighting. So let's just see how that works out for them.
Absolutely. I would say that just looking at the borders, Elotus has a massively stacked advantage if any of them are close to the ranks that their borders depicted them at. There was 4 platinums and a diamond in there, as opposed to the 1 platinum on the side of Resurge Red. Of course, that doesn't really mean anything because, I mean, if you work well with your team, you can usurp people much higher in actual rank that you are, but we'll just have to see how that turns out.
Right, I'm only going to say what a fabulous way to dive for Dio. Did you see all those shots as he just vanished into thin air? That was just amazing. He just vanished after all of that selfies he was taking from his gems. That was really cute. I like that. That's funny.
I did not. I didn't see that. I must have missed that. I was obviously watching elsewhere. Mm-hmm. Oh, Payao, be careful.
Indeed, a little bit of trading going on here. That used to be a lot more devastating, but at the 6% of the health bar per tick, not going to be too scary like it used to be.
I want to point out that Sia totally missed a ward over there by Rakan. He meant to put it in the tri-bush, and he messed it up. And you don't see that happen very often, but I think he's going to lose off that ward placement. It's pretty obvious.
And for the most part here, I do like their team comp in particular. Elotus definitely has a very movable tank style of combat. They kind of just move all at once, and they kind of just use their invulnerability through Tariq's ultimate to just kind of hit the damage out there, get it out there, get the ticks, and then just kind of survive through every other means.
They're definitely looking to go all out in these team fights, fully aggressive between Kalista ult and Sejuani. Whether or not that's actually going to pay off, because if Tariq's ult falls flat, Rakan going for an early setup.
Memo going to go ahead and get onto Sia here, but it looks like Dio tries to get him off. Memo taking some onslaught damage from Sia and Dio, and neither side seems to want to give ground just yet. They are getting some quick trades onto each other, both at near half health.
Yeah, that was definitely quite an early combat. You talk about level 1, and the Ren just comes in kind of at the end of that one.
Looks like Darius going to try to take advantage of his level 2 situation. His auto attack seemed quite fast. Did you see that? He nearly managed to get multiple stacks off on those autos.
Yeah, I think he probably has some attack speed in the runes. Wow. Okay, Sia 40. Did you say? Okay, stacks up 3 stacks of rend on a minion, passes it through to merged for some free poke in lane. That was really well done. And if I was merged, I'd be kicking myself right now.
Right, and hopefully for their sakes, let's just for combat's sake, merge. Be extra careful here because Rakan can only do so much for protection. His barriers, as strong as they are in the later game of the half, are not very potent in the early stages, especially against a Kalista, who's very strong in that early stage.
As far as scaling goes, Rakan is one of the highest scaling supports and one of the lowest starting. There's not too many that bring less utility than he does to lane. His heal is pretty much useless, and his stun really positions himself badly, so you have to be careful with that.
Merge just seems to be able to walk right into to every single one of the spears Sia seems to be planting for him, and every single time that there's even a single spear in, you know, Ren just trying to get some quick, heavy pokes.
Something else to note that we didn't touch on earlier is Memo took heal rather than exhaust, and Merge took a barrier, so they're not double healing, but they are going very defensive on Xayah, and that's not a bad idea in this matchup, but definitely something I'd be leery of.
Right, and it does seem kind of interesting as well to just put all your money into the Tariq basket when it comes to healing. You know, it does seem like a safe option, but, you know, sometimes Tariqs usually go, you know, they have the luxury than other supports to not only go with the healing keystone, but they can also go with a stone bar pack. But anyway, engage time
Yeah.
real quick. Looks like Dio is going to be completely onslaughted. Hadi tried to make the root happen, but gets stunned under tower. Hadi is getting onslaughted by every single spear. Sia wants to continue his auto attack spree. Sia almost goes down as Darius wants to try to take advantage of the inescapability by Gnar right now. Here comes the immediate rescue. That was a very undertossed Q by Gnar. But anyway, Darius is really getting those procs off. He tried to get him in mid-fight, but misses. And it looks like Sejuani's going to try to get back in there to tell Mr. Blue Light to back off.
I'm not sure that animation made sense. Gnar jumped over the apprehend. I would have thought that would pull him in. That was messed up. I thought Gnar was dead for sure.
And I guess Mr. Blue Light must be thinking the same thing in disbelief as well.
He backed in disbelief. He just sat there and said, I guess I'll go back to base.
Well, if Sejuani's up here and I don't even know where my jungler is, better go ahead and just back up, get my items, and just wait for the next situation where I can get the next play. In any case here, I'm more curious right now of the situation for Hadi. He seems to be finding himself a little bit of trouble. Oh my god! I was talking. Roger goes down to the level 6 Vladimir. Villa, great job. You
didn't even see what happened, but I can tell you what happened. That was definitely a sanguine pool. There was definitely a sanguine pool involved, and that Hebo Plague paid off in the end. He just put that down, got through sanguine as well, and I saw Roger recalling under tower, and obviously he just passed away as he sat there from the Hemo Plague.
Yes, absolutely here, and at the same time, Sejuani seems to be exploring into the jungle of the Maokai, trying to see if he can sneak a camp here. Doesn't seem to want to check the Golem camp. As for Maokai earlier, did the same strategy, left a control ward that I don't think Sejuani is going to find. No, he will not. They just found Sejuani going towards the blue buff. So there you have it.
Wow, that is a really deep ward.
Really paid off very nicely. Now they have complete understanding of Sejuani's position. Great job by Hadi getting some wards down inside of the area. That's going to be very good for Darius at the top lane.
They have definitely become clairvoyant of all this going on down there, knowing Sejuani's not around. They can kind of open that up.
Absolutely. And going to mention as well here, it looks like Maokai is, Maokai here seems to be moving towards Gnar, changes directions as Mr. Blue Light was finally getting some snacks onto Gnar. Does seem kind of interesting that he changed directions and decides to back, actually. Never mind. I thought, there was going to be an interaction there, but I guess I was wrong.
We were all hoping for a little early interaction, but it's just not to be.
Right here, and Sia was for a brief moment trying to pressure in the bot lane here, maybe to try to force Hadi to come down more often. In any case here, looks like somebody just did another invade, and someone just found out where the Maokai just went. Hadi seems to be on the chase here, changes his mind when he finds a control ward and takes it out.
Yeah, that was just classic posturing from the junglers there, just trying to be like, hey, it's my jungle, let's keep it that way. Because once you let them in, it's really hard to get them out. They're a lot like cockroaches. That's kind of what junglers are. If you let them into your lane, they never want to leave. If you let them into your jungle, they never want to leave. That's just the way it goes. So you gotta keep a bet down.
Mr. Blue Light, Mr. Light Blue trying to take advantage of Gnar. Got the whole dunk and hoop ready, but Gnar knows better, doesn't want to trust the true damage that Darius would do, decides to not try to press his luck to take out Darius. Instead, will back off right away. Meanwhile, Sejuani was forced away. Does have enough mana, could re-engage if necessary here. Roger is really throwing Vladimir back. Vladimir, despite being poisoned, desperately trying to suck away at any health he can get out of Cassiopeia. Wait a minute! Oh my goodness, Hadi actually does secure the Drake! And that's going to be a big fight breaking out here. Sejuani is trying to stay near pressure some of his allies to get some procs off. At the same time, Tarek gets the stun, misses barely. The dunk actually does not land. Vladimir takes the kill. He tries the second dunk onto Sia. It misses as well. Sia is gonna get out of here. Bye-bye.
Maybe blood ticks? No, blood ticks aren't enough. I was really, really good positioning just overall from the side of Elotus that entire fight. Although they did not pick up the dragon, they were really, really on point with the fight after that. They used Tarek ult correctly. And you saw Darius miss quite a few abilities trying to get through the Tarek ult, but obviously you can't. So just really solid team fighting there, and they knew they had the advantage as soon as the dragon falls, they know they can fight and they can win.
Yep, very true. And honestly, I'm just kind of more like, if I feel really bad for Light Blue Sky here, he really was like, if I had that dunk, that Callisto was going to die for sure. If I just had that dunk. And it just slipped right through him, unfortunately for Villa. Unfortunately for Light Blue Sky, it's Villa that's going to take a couple of kills in that team fight there. Yeah,
it's kind of awkward, despite the fact that Elotus played it extremely well. They didn't really make off like bandits, although Kalista obviously didn't lose anything. Used the barrier very effective time to prevent a death, but overall, just kind of lackluster fight.
Looks like Light Blue Sky is about to get another impact action going on here. He's trying to lower him enough, but he doesn't have the ultimate. He gets stunned, thrown into the wall, and pounded into oblivion as it is going to be a kill going over to the Gnar here. Pei makes
just
that
again,
look quite easy.
Really good control on the side of Elotus. You see they have the wards on the tri-bush up there. The control ward's going to give them the space they need to own their jungle. And they were aware of the ward positioning, but they also knew that Maokai was not around.
Sia is going to get besieged in return. Uses the ultimates, go off on each side here. The immortality, the invulnerability allows Sia to survive. But it looks like Memo is going to try to force the play here with the ultimate on the follow-up. Neither side has any more ultimates left now. And Memo misplayed the W. And Hadi tried to make an ultimate to give him one last chance. But that's just not going to happen. Neither bot laners are going to go down here despite everyone's best efforts. Memo just got a little too excited, misplayed the W, and it looks like he barely misses again. Sejuani now is going to charge right back in. The ultimate, Pei! Out of nowhere, Pei Yuan is actually I barely said his name correctly there. Anyway, Hadi does end up going down to Gnar again. 3 kills for Gnar as he almost came out of actually nowhere to secure the double kill.
That was a beautiful bit of playing on the side of Elotus. If you watch closely, they placed that control ward down there before they retreated because they knew what was going on. I think Memo could have played it a little cooler, but that was Elotus' plan the entire time, actually, was to have Pei Yao teleport down there to save them. They were waiting on that teleport. They wanted the bot lane to commit more. Once he blew Flash, they knew they had it. They had Antiver in the wings the whole time. That was just a brilliant bait by Elotus, and it's Mr. Blue Sky not necessarily going to get much out of it. Pei Yao, on the other hand, does get a kill, does get the blue buff. He's going to be very, very difficult to deal with in the coming few minutes.
Right, and he's getting ever more closer to the build path that Nars absolutely loved, the Black Cleaver, and most probably, I would assume he would now go for a Frozen Mallet just to kind of make this a lot more simpler for him in the near future. I would suspect that's exactly his direction now. But we'll find out in the future for sure.
I would definitely agree. It's a Black Cleaver. He's going to go on and get that Phage, and it's going to make things real easy and simple for him.
Well, and in the same breath here, it looks like engage time again. Memo once again barely misses the W here as it looks like the turnabout is about to begin here. Sia is about to say goodbye to the Merge Flame, and at the same time here, ultimates by Tarek gonna allow a little bit of extra time for Sia to get some stacks off. Memo in a bad spot, just needs a couple. Yes, he does go for the Ren and takes out Sia, but Sia, oh no, steps a little too far, and Hadi capitalizes on it and manages to take one out on the way at the end of the fight here. Blue Sky.
Oh, topside, Pei Yao once more.
and he gets more. Takes out the Darius. That burst was way more than Darius was hoping for. My goodness, just didn't see it coming until it was too late.
Hold on, is this the ace coming through?
He's got a good chance for it. The ultimate being used, both ultimates being used, but neither side was able to get what they were looking for out of it. And that means there will not be an ace, but there will be the first tower taken by none other than Gnar, who seems to be on the complete control of the situation.
Once again, there's just absolutely beautiful team effort there from the side of Elotus.
Looks like
you saw Sia, you saw Anarto Dio. They had beautiful control on that bot side.
Well, Pei Yao might be called Pei Wow. Look at these audience members. All of them are just saying, wow, what an incredible Gnar play so far.
I think we're going to continue to see that, especially now that he has the kills of the gold. With that Rift Herald, which I think is a beautiful move for Elotus, they're up 3 kills. They've got the gold advantage. They're going to push this. I would say they push in mid lane with Cassiopeia, drop it in there after this next recall. But more importantly, we're going to see Sia 4D, and we're going to see Dio in the next really big team fight.
Did you see that by Sia? Oh, wait a minute. They're going to take the engage time right now. Once again, Hottie coming in to try to stop this rampaging bot lane. Ultimate's using it. Oh, my goodness. Meanwhile, completely obliterated. Sia looks like he can't be stopped. He is just able to rip through everything, but unfortunately, the mid laner joins in the fray as well, and it looks like Sia and Dio both go down. Whoa! Sia is starting to get some heavy confidence now.
But you can see from that double to triple, you can see Sia has the damage to play this out. If he has a few more team members, like one more in a fight with him, able to keep Vladimir off of him, it's going to be absolutely apocalyptic. Here they are. They're going to pop that Rift Herald. They are going to get this tower guaranteed. Oh, yeah. And it's a huge gold advantage to them. It's a great power play. And in the end, Sia is not the worse off for it. Sia has 4 kills, 97 CS, Blade of the Ruin King.
Try to take advantage of their confusion. He's going to try to take out, get some stacks going onto the Sejuani. Stun lands. Roger is trying to get out, but he might be able to secure himself a blue buff on the way, or maybe it's just some extra heal back. And that does look like that seems to be the case. Roger did not try to take it after all. Honestly, just very coordinated attempts so far here. They're each side very much pushing their luck, and each luck is swinging around right into the favor of the team that really puts the best effort out there. Anyway, Sia in the bot lane takes the Drake in the retreat strategy, and that's honestly very good so far.
That's just, they're securing all the neutral buffs. They got tower advantage. We're going to see a power play more than likely in the mid lane. And then we're going to see a power play for Baron immediately after. We're getting close to that 20-minute mark.
Indeed. And not going to lie, Elotus definitely seems like they have control of the situation at hand. They've got the superior farm currently, except for bot lane, of course. But do have the superior farm at this time. They happen to have, as well, more towers off the map and more control of the situation since after the Ocean Drake was taken away from them.
Yeah, when you have a Kalista in this state, she's got the Bork, and she has the attack speed boots. And then on top of that, we see that Dio has purchased the Ardent Sensor. That's a massive amount of attack speed. You're going to want to put that into action before anyone else starts to catch up. You need to get those stacks on, and that's what's going to happen right here.
And there you have it, exactly as you were saying it. Mr. Blue Light tries to... Mr. Light Blue, sorry, I keep calling him Blue Light for some reason. Anyway, he's going to get stunned up here, and that's going to go right to Sia. No, Tariq actually accidentally secures it.
Dio says, hey, supports the gold too.
And he could use it, really. After that Ardent Sensor being nerfed as it is, it's just a scaling item now. It's going to eventually get pretty decent in the later half of the game, but until then, it's kind of mediocre until at least you're level 14 or 15, you know, when it starts to get you like around 20 attack speed and, you know, some good AP damage. But until then, at this point,
once you just get it up there, it's going to be one of the better items. Here we go, though. Hottie Williams get picked out just a little bit. Dio wants to go deeper on this. He says, put me in, coach. And the Twisting Vines are going to stop it. But what's this? The Icy Cold could win out. Nope, looks like Blood's going to win in the end, although Ice takes its prey.
And honestly, Hadi had a very tough situation to deal with there. He really wanted to get out of it, but at the same time, he had no other option. That is just so much to deal with in such a short time. Right now, Roger going to use the Ghost to speed himself up. He scares the Darius half to death as he runs his way out of there.
That was a good Petrify usage, and it's going to certainly help him. Unfortunately, Petrify is down for the team fight now, but again, look at Pei Yao. Once again, perfect timing, perfect positioning. He's managed the wave up there to be right where it needs to be. He's not going to get this tower, but he's going to neutralize everything that Resurge Red has been trying to do in the last 2.5 minutes.
Ooh, great escape by Pei Yao. Honestly, I don't know if the crowd is going to start calling him Pei Wow or not for certain, but what I do know is they're starting to really like this guy. They're starting to really like his the cut of his jib. But no other jib.
He's definitely making the rift his.
Yep, but at the same time, so is Vladimir at the 5-0 mark. Is the only other competition on his opposing side that has the same type of kill-death ratio, or at least Pei Wow would probably have one more if it wasn't for that bot lane.
Yeah, definitely. Here we see just pressure being forced around. Darius is left at the top side all alone, but here comes Ernesto Dio. I thought he was on a warpath, but it looks like he's just clearing out the wards. He has bought Moby Boots, has he not? He has. I question his build largely, but he's winning, so I guess it's working.
Definitely working for Sia here, who is basically able to kite with the best of them, able to make it even more difficult for Rakan to hit even a single W. And, you know, Rakans normally have a very good sense of making some good engages. Might have to change his engage strategy to perhaps using his ultimate first, getting the connection to hit automatically, and then hitting the W. But let's see what Memo tries to do. If he can actually manage to make the combination work, he could possibly set up a massive play. But Memo is now at the front line, waiting for even the slightest mistake by one of the team members here. Sejuani on the flank here. We have Gnar, does have his TP and ultimate.
Paywell has teleport.
Right, but he will not have Big Gnar when this fight goes down, and Rakan here can't seem to make the catch and grab either.
No. I think the plan is to push in with Pei Wow, force someone topside, then take the favorable 4v4 fight. Right now they don't want it, but there it is. Vladimir's going top. They have vision. They know he's there. We're going to see a 4v4 in their tower, because without Vladimir, their team can't do anything, but Vladimir's the only one who can stop Pei Wow.
Speaking of Pei Wow, I think that might be incorrect. Pei Wow is actually overwhelming Villa.
Whoa.
Villa almost went down there. Wait a minute, Pei Wow is going to go for it here. He can take the tower, throws him into the wall, stun locks him. He takes him out. I can't believe it.
That means the Baron call goes down perfectly, I might add. You get that kind of option when Gnar outright 1v1 kills a Vladimir. You don't just take that opportunity and push a tower. You get your Baron. That's exactly what they're going to do. Cassiopeia still bot side, so they can't afford to abandon it totally. But this team is going to get Baron for almost nothing.
Oh, once again, Memo overshoots it, and Roger's going to take that and run. He uses the Ghost to make sure his retreat is solid, and Pei Yao and company makes the quick Baron grab. So, unfortunately, despite that great attempts here, Roger has been able to slither away into the tall grass and get out of every single shaky situation. And Pei Yao says, no, this is my blue buff. I'm carrying the game.
Pei Yao needs blue buff because reasons.
Pei Yao is...
So here we go, another Infernal Drake. And this is definitely the dragon for Lotus.
Anyway, gonna clear out some wards a little bit here, but at the same time, they could really use this Infernal Drake. Both sides could. Hadi's got to really take a big risk here. Oh, smited early, but it's going to be Kalista with the Ren, as well as the Spear Toss that's going to confirm it. And at the same time, Pei Yao takes the top tower easy.
This is totally a Lotus's game at this point, and with that Ren stack, it makes better jungling. Antiver, he's looking for something here, maybe on Hadi Williams, maybe not, but certainly this mid lane will go down in almost no time. This is the fight. Memo goes in. He goes deep with the W. He's looking for Sia. He does get him charmed in. There's no one to follow up. Oh, wait, no, there's Xayah. She gets the tamp down. TP's coming in as well.
And it is going to be none other than Pei Wow charging in as well, going to put all of his effort into getting his form up. He does throw them right back into the Darius. But at the same time, Darius is now trying to get out of there. He's going to get caught and brought down by Pay Wow. And it looks like at the same time, Merge Flame does get a little bit of tip-tap-aroo at the tail end of the feathers and goes down too. And it looks like that's going to be an inhibitor grab. This could be the end of the match. Malachi and Rakan are about to be fully healed up and ready to go, but that is a lot of champions with a Baron buff. I don't think Elotus is going to let that really slip out of their hands here. Memo does get a little bit of a knock up here, gets stun locked. Oh, bursted by Roger. And at the same time, Hottie trying to get out of this desperate situation here. The ultimate's going to keep him slowed down, and that is going to be two of the tanks going to end up not doing anything at this situation. At this juncture, Elotus is now going to be able to get some siege damage, but at the same time, they're fighting all the way back. Darius gets his ultimate off. He does not be able to catch Sia, and Sia gets the last auto spear into the Nexus, and that is Elotus. Oh, a little bit of disconnect at the last second by the Darius, but anyway, it's Elotus winning the first game.
Gold for Sia.
That's funny.
Wow.
Pay Yao,
that was
otherwise
good
known
game.
as Pay Wow. Oh no, not again! Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe it. Here we go again. The statistics are not here again. I can't believe it.
1 second. I'm going to go ahead and call Riot real quick. We'll see if they can get this to fix it. Hello, Riot support. Yeah, your game's broken. Please fix.
Well, here we go, folks. Can't believe I have the same problem again. What an unlucky situation we got here. Hopefully, we might be able to get some quick information here. Timothy, hey, there you are again, man. Spotting me like you normally do. Let's go ahead and bring the statistics right over and show the audience what the statistics are. For anyone who's curious here, this is not the right one.
Okay.
That was not the right one. That was one of way a while ago. But this one's mine. Here we go again. Let's go ahead and see if I can get the right one this time. Let's see. This one is not mine. Actually, this one is mine. Darn it. Looks like hopefully I can get somebody who can give me the match history. But it does not seem like I could get one from my good old pal Timothy saying that he's been trolled. I guess I won't be able to give you any statistical reasons, but let's be fair here. I think it's quite obvious who was doing a really great job that game. Pay Yao, paying the price of the wow factor that is great performances, honestly. Anyway, it looks like Timothy finally managed to get one. Let's see if this is the correct one. It is. Here we go, folks. Let's take a look at that damage chart here. With a 12.2k money lead. It's over 5,000 against the Darius. 7-0-4. Pay Yao. I was about to say Pay Wow again. And honestly, great job out of him. The game just started to snowball quite out of control thanks to those multiple kills here. But honestly, you really can't thank Pay Yao for everything. That Kalista took so many towers so fast and so quick. My goodness, a lot of damage was really going through for everybody's situations. Let's take a look at the ward count. One of my favorites things to take a look at here. Here it is, folks. Warding actually, due to how long the match was, is actually staggeringly pretty low. In fact, the highest one was actually Hottie Williams, the legend himself, the highest warding amount. Like he did in the previous situation. Honestly, great job. Took out some ward destruction, but no ward destruction was better in this game than none other than the good old Sejuani at 10 wards destroyed. Really good at the canceling of ward information. And honestly, as a whole, really good job. But it looks like the situation here is quite obvious. You know, people still want to keep the Ardent Sensor meta, so the warding was probably low on everybody's side for the most part here. Bit of a shame, but that is still something of importance. Let's see who got the highest damage, and it looks like it is, Kalista. The Kalista.
No surprise.
Actually, that's true. That is not a surprise. I was expecting
the legendary
were
incredible.
Yeah,
we were expecting Hottie Williams playing tank Maokai to have the highest.
Well, he didn't.
But really, Kalista with the Rens, I mean, she's doing At some points, I saw her deal close to 600 or 700 damage with one rend. Like, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. In any case here, he wasn't the lowest, however. The Darius actually went 7.8 in the total damage to champions. Bit of an unfortunate situation for him, but let's see what the next game has in store. The Darius definitely, having to pick that before the Gnar is always a rough situation for the person who has to, make that decision to pick, because you want to have the pick last, but you can't have that every time, because you got to make it so that way you know what kind of opponent you can play up against. And this is the type of situation, it's quite obvious that Pei Yao is definitely the type of person that wants to pick a champion they can really be comfortable with. Must be Gnar. Must be Gnar. Anyway, boys, let's go ahead and get ourselves ready back into some musical action here. Match ended so quickly. Let's see how the next match is going to come around here for Resurge Red.
Yeah, I think what you take away from this is their team comp is very, very run at you oriented. I think you can eliminate some of those. Mm-hmm. You could eliminate Sejuani or Kalista. Both of those are keystones in their composition. The danger is that they're not going to run this comp next time. More than likely, they're going to run a composition totally different from this one. And so you obviously can't assume that they will, but it's highly possible that they are just going to run totally different composition, in which case you're going to need to just ban as you would normally try and think what comp are they going to run. And honestly, if they ran a split push comp at this time, especially considering how Pei Yao was performing, if he can win top lane, a split push comp would just crush. So depending on how things turn out for them, we might see a totally different comp. Or if you leave all those champs open, you leave Sejuani and the Kalista, I gotta say, you're likely to get the same comp come out.
Indeed. Anyway, folks, for those of you who are very interested in looking at it a little bit more closely, here is the match history stat page that I just used on the stream. That'll let you guys know exactly, who did what in a more organized manner, especially on, how the game began to snowball out of control, when it happened, so on and so forth. There's the page exactly. Got to thank Timothy for that.
Huge shout out to Timothy. I don't know who he is, but apparently he is making magic happen.
He may be the very person that is causing what is happening at the end of these screens to happen. It may be him, just so he could get popular. But Timothy here, honestly, you are the savior until further notice.
Timmy, wow.
Timmy, wow.
Timmy, wow. I like it.
It seems like everybody's either making fun of me or everybody's having a good time. I think everybody's having a good time. So for my sake.
you gotta that's the assumption you have to make. If people are criticizing you, you just assume that they're having fun and not that they hate you.
Yeah, they have to be laughing with me, man. That's how it is. It can't be anything else.
They're always laughing with you. After all, if they're not laughing with you, they're laughing at you, and if they're laughing at you, so I don't know. You're probably unpopular.
Yep, I guess that would be the case. In any case, folks, I will be momentarily right back. Got to go ahead and give myself a quick refill here. Small break, but we will be right back with the very next game of Elotus versus Resurge Red. We'll see you guys momentarily. Be right back. And back out of thin air is Army Overlord yet again. Casting, ready to
Right
get
back
back
with
into
ya.
the action. Oh, nice. Good. Okay.
Let's hit it once again, boys.
Well, I think it's both sides are kind of pretty much understanding why we took that small break. But in any case, let's go ahead and get our next match going here, folks.
Let's get right into the game. That's it. Pei Yao gets to ban this time around. And they, of course, have no ban restrictions on them at all.
Well, looks like Jim gonna go ahead and give me some love and some hate. I just noticed Jim just chiming in with that, "Ew, Army, go away, you're gross."
I mean, I have love for my fellow casters, so I'm not going to say anything. But that Draven ban once again coming out. What is so scary about Merged Draven that we're seeing this ban every single game?
Well, it's definitely something about it for sure. Anyway, I guess I was wrong. I guess from the understanding that I got from this, it was supposed to be just game 1 was a ban off, but it looks like every game that Hottie is involved in, it'll just be a ban per every single time. So for Resurge Red, it is what it is. Let's hope for the next game they are involved in. We'll find out.
There's a Tark ban. I'm happy to see that. I think that proves the learning experience right there. That's good. We get that Tarek out of there, get his invincibility ultimate out of there. That's going to open up a lot more space for them, and it makes Callista that much harder to play because Callista has such immobility, despite the fact she can mobilize quite a bit. Her ultimate is a big part of saving her, putting her support in a new position. So I think without having a support like Tarek that you could fearlessly throw towards the enemy,
I won't be denied.
That's going to make things a little harder. And the Sejuani ban.
Yep, and it makes a lot of sense for that. They don't want to see that another time. And this is a situation where, Roger could have had a Cassiopeia, but it's definitely a different comp strategy that they're going to try out here. Lulu being secured.
Ooh.
But we could be seeing
top
this
or mid or support. Which one?
I believe support. Dio definitely seems the kind of guy that really likes using that Ardent Sensor early. I will believe that he would definitely, and this might be wrong, but definitely would want to get another Ardent Sensor, especially when you're Lulu, that's just really, really strong.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely convinced that it is going to be Lulu in the bot lane, protecting in that safe off lane. But I would love so much to see Lulu top or a Lulu mid come out. But I don't see that in Roger's playstyle. I don't see that in Pei Yao's playstyle at all. The only reason you pick Lulu top is if you have some weird thing like a Zed top or Rengar top or Vayne top. Those would be the only reasons that you would pick Lulu into those. So I don't think we're going to see that.
Kind of sitting a really long time for that pick. He's going to barely cross the finish line with the Jace.
So Jace obviously being traded out. We're seeing Gragas. Oh, there's the crash.
It seems like a bit of a mistake pick here. I don't think they meant to do that, and I think it was kind of forced. Yep, there's the client bug.
Okay.
Rare occurrences, but hey, you know what? That can happen at times here. Let's take a little bit of a relook into game 1 here at Pei Yao and his incredible performances into this game. I mean, Villa, we were kind of, when you were talking about Villa being forced to 1v1 Pei Yao, we were talking about Pei Yao being 4-0-0 versus the Vladimir that was 5-0-0, who was picking up kills left and right. Got a death cap, had like his items. It looked like, Vladimir was going to be able to give him a good fight. Then all of a sudden, Pei Yao just started hitting him, and all of a sudden that health bar just started to go away. And it was absolutely crazy.
That was pretty disgusting. I'm not totally sold on that whole thing. If I was, excuse me, sorry, words don't come easily to me. I would be really pissed if I was Vladimir. It's like, hold on a second, same items or same itemization abilities, and then we just have this 1v1 goes down. Basically, just Pei Yao right-clicking the whole time. That was just disgusting. But, that's the way he is. You get those 3-hit procs, and if you have any attack speed at all, it's really easy to just take down people, especially people like Vladimir, who stack health. Even if they don't intend to stack health, they end up stacking health.
Yep. And in any case, it was "Pay Wow" that was being screamed into the lobby, and it seemed like everybody was giving Payao all of the energy he needed. He was just looking like an absolute rock star, and we're talking about a person who now looks like a Silver 4 player. What?
Wait, Payout is Gold 3.
Yeah, why is he Silver 4?
It says Gold 3 on my screen.
If you look at the chat, and if you look on the screen, he's Silver 4 now.
Not on my screen.
I mean, take a look at the Twitch. Can you believe that?
I'm not watching Twitch because I don't watch Twitch.tv because that's a bad website. My mom said it's the devil. But on my screen it says Gold 3 right here.
Well, then it is the strangest sight you'll ever see, folks, because it looks like that's not the only one that's also in a lower elo. It looks like the Avatar also looks like he's Silver 2 here too. So
but I am seeing that. I can confirm that does say that on my screen.
Honestly, this has got to be the strangest bugs I've ever seen. Finally, both sides have admitted they're ready, so I didn't have to give them the go. They can go ahead and jump right into the game here. Honestly, this is the buggiest bugs I've ever seen with any of this stuff.
Yeah, no, this is crazy. Riot honestly should just fix their client. I've been having
typing in
bugs
the chat,
this whole time.
That is his flex rank, which is makes a lot of sense, honestly.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, my flex rank is trash and it's not displayed.
True.
Maybe I shouldn't be arguing. Riot's gonna be like, hey, guess what? Bronze 3, have fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, we're cycling back through these bands real quick. I am interested to see what it is that Mr. Light Blue Sky is going to pick up for the top lane, as we did already see Gragas, I believe, was locked in for Hottie Williams, unless they're going to play that top side, which I highly doubt.
Right, and Villa was, if it was Hottie, yeah, Hottie was the one in particular that backed out because he was trying to
Your judgment is
fix the situation there.
Seek clarity.
Wait.
Yeah.
Who dares defy
Okay, it was
will?
Tark that was banned. Okay, good.
Yeah, it was Tark that was banned.
Yeah, because I don't remember his
I won't be
handsome,
denied.
beautiful voice. I didn't remember it.
I don't think we got an audio line last time.
Yeah.
Typical.
And Lulu also didn't get an
Yeah.
audio line either.
This is just Riot. Fix.
Okay, 20 seconds back on the clock now. Hottie, you got plenty of time. What's your pick this time? He actually is now picking Morgana, so it looks like we either have a Morgana mid or Memo's option in the bot lane. A little bit of anti-catching for any CC lockdown that they might have wanted to do here. Hottie has secured an option that would have prevented most of it. So it looks like Lulu will not be able to have any of her abilities affect any of Morgana's catches. However, until it's gone, Lulu will be able to make it a lot easier for the AD carry, on the other hand, to make some plays. But in any case here, Rek'Sai confirmed. Definitely going to be the jungle here, and Roger sitting on the Rise.
If he does pick up Rise, I'm really interested to see what he did. He was pretty decent pretty good performance on Cassiopeia. I'd really be interested to see what he does with Rise. Hold up. Okay, there we go. The Galio pick. This makes a lot of sense. Galio is super strong right now.
Well,
and that ultimate is going to be massive.
Indeed. I was thinking for a second, Zillion? Really? I haven't seen a Zillion in so long in the mid lane. And it doesn't really work with the meta that they were trying to go for here, or the type of style of play. But Galio then came up, and I think that's the right call.
I think Zillion could have worked if Sia decided to play Kog'Maw.
Indeed. Well, right now, the second banning phase is coming around. Tristana confirmed for Merge Flame. The bot lane secured the jungler or possibly a top laner, depending on Mr. Light Blue Skies' ability to play, of course. But,
no cure for fools.
Gnar being taken away from Pei Yao. And honestly, I think they made the right decision. The guy looked pretty crazy.
Have consequence.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good decision there. So the Morgana is going to be really good for Tristana because there's a lot of magic damage that can't come in to disable Tristana. I want to see a max on that Black Shield. I want to see Ardent Sensor. I want to see Windspeaker's Blessing. All of that should be on memo, because the Black Shield with the Ardent Sensor buffs and with the Windspeaker's Blessing buffs is huge. Then on top of that, you get the attack speed buff from the Ardent, and it's just going to make it that much harder for Galio to get in there with the CC, for Rek'Sai, and for Lulu to deal damage in lane. I mean, all of Lulu's damage is magic. So Sia is picking Zed, question mark.
Yeah, that does seem like a strange option. Then again, Vel'Koz on the other side does make some sense. Jace being secured, that could be Pei Yao's decision, as Zig seems to be the alternative.
Okay, so...
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, right, this makes sense. Yeah.
There we go. There's Twitch. I was about to say, wait a second, are they actually going Jace ADC for a moment there? I hope Elotus didn't forget, like, where everybody was going. They didn't have an ADC yet, so...
Everyone thought they were going top lane, so they all picked top laners.
Right. Anyway, Jace has now been secured as the top laner, so Mr. Light Blue Sky now has to make up his mind. What does he want to do against a Jace? There's not a lot of options. He takes the Kled.
The Courageous Cavalier is inbound.
Wow. I have not seen Kled in quite a long while. Usually you only want to take a Kled if you have a catching comp. This comp is not exactly that much of a catching one in particular, though. I guess if you have a Morgana and a... Maybe I'm wrong here. Gragas got the ultimate. You got a little bit of that Morgana catching on the bind. You might actually have yourself a nice old-fashioned catching comp. Maybe I might be incorrect here. The catching comp versus seems to be a bit of a wall, though, with Pei Yao's Jace... We might be seeing him be able to take on Kled in the one-on-one situation. Kled, you got to commit to your engages, because Jace is going to make you pay if you don't.
Yeah, no, this is going to be very, very interesting. I think Kled is good for the catch. Gragas maybe for the catch. Vel'Koz is going to bring damage from a very long way away, but at the same time, he's so vulnerable. I'd be really, really concerned playing him.
Oh, I missed the timer again! Dang it!
I did it on purpose that time.
Oh.
I talked right over it, didn't give you any option. Just in case any of you are wondering, Army Overlord had, at one point, he thought there was no spectator delay, and so he did a huge 10-second countdown on the thing, and then it went to spectator delay, and he just played it off like that's what he was counting down to. Super hyped for the spectator delay. And we've been doing that ever since.
It was good. It was good, and it had a streak, and everybody believed me.
Yeah, it sucked everyone in. So that is Army Overlord's thing. Super hyped for the spectator delay.
Of course.
The only person we haven't talked about is actually Twitch.
And yes, and honestly, they have a heck of a front line. They have somebody to kind of distract them away from engages, and that's kind of Jace. You know, he has that ability to just kind of get so much poking range, able to auto-attack very consecutively, get some good damage in, kind of can steal a lot of the pressure that Twitch would normally, kind of present in combat. And to be honest here, with the Lulu in the side on the flank here, Sia, who's extremely aggressive, will have, in League of Legends Season 7 terms, one of the strongest possible late-game bot lanes.
Yeah, and on top of that, Tristana is particularly weak against Twitch because when he comes out of stealth, she can't outrange him. And if he pops ult, she can't outrange him. And if she does try to run away, her jump is not going to be enough to get away. And she can't outdamage him. She doesn't have the time to stack up her bomb. She'll get killed in about 3 or 4 shots, whereas she needs 6 typically to kill Twitch. So unless she gets super ahead early, she is going to be sought by this Twitch and killed repeatedly.
Not to mention if Twitch, in the later half of the game, Morgana can't exactly give enough peel and protection from a very strong Twitch. You know, there's just so much Morgana can really do against this type of opponent, and eventually Twitch can survive through the barriers, through the extra attack speed and ultimate. Twitch can just kind of overpower almost any single target with a Lulu by his side.
Yeah.
In the bottom of it, though...
Even if Morgana does land a Dark Binding, like I said, there's just no way for Tristana to move out of the way in time to avoid Twitch. So it's going to be up to the rest of the team, Kled or Gragas, to bring in some CC that is hard CC that will stop him from auto-attacking.
So, Hottie Williams, yet again, is going to be a very important member here. He's going to have to separate this duo bot lane, the strongest bot lane in Season 7, as I mentioned earlier. And honestly, kind of hoping that for Hottie's sake, he can create that type of separation so that way Kled could possibly get right on top of the target, make some big splashing impact damage. Kind of hoping for the best for everybody here, really.
Yeah, in the end, only one can win, but both can have good games.
There is no
Words of
better
wisdom.
in these competitive series. There only is two people trying their best.
I like that. I like the sound of that. So now we're getting right down into the nitty-gritty of the game. Teams have swapped now with Resurge Red on the powered-up red side. Are they going to be making the difference because of that? And at the same time, Elotus on the blue side, are they going to be more comfortable?
And
if so, what horrors?
Right. I think they have a lot of comfortability. I think this game in particular is going to be a game of kind of overpowerness. I think that's exactly what they want to leave the impression of. When you have a type of bot lane that's extremely, extremely strong in that late game, then you just want to have force that late game to come early, and you want to have the Jace kind of dominate in every other one of the situations. And Pei Yao clearly is the type of person that can really take advantage of that kind of stuff. So I'm assuming that's exactly how the situation is going to work out. And for them, let's see if the overpowered strategy works out really well for them.
I think win condition for Elotus is Twitch gets ahead or Pei Yao gets ahead. Either of those two champions gets ahead, I think they have a really solid chance at winning. Win condition for the side of Resurge Red, I think, is if they survive without falling behind, their mid game is stronger.
Indeed.
And if they make a good push.
Look at that clean change of direction. Speaking of that, looks like a pause just showed up. Anyway, what I was mentioning here is, honestly, right now, this situation looks like a beautiful, beautiful change of the color scheme. I'm actually quite happy about that, honestly. It finally managed to get it so that way, thanks to my editor at home, who, actually my person who created the overlay, really very happy to have blue and red change like that, the quick snap. And then I also managed to change the number 1 too, so that way nobody complains about me being delayed on the other thing.
What's this, Army? You've had complaints? I never would have guessed that anyone would complain about your stream operating skills.
I'm perfect, indeed. You're right. Too perfect. So people have to try to bring me down. Can't have that happen this time. Well, anyway, folks, the ranks in this situation, as we've seen, seem to be a bit skewed in a certain way. Not exactly sure of how to correctly say what it is, but I think Pei Yao is plat, and so is most of the members of their Elotus team. Every single one of them is either plat, between plat and diamond in a certain way.
Sia is diamond 5. Roger's is platinum 3. Dio is diamond 4, I believe. Antiver is diamond 2, and Pei Yao, I think, is plat 5. Excuse me, Antiver is platinum 2, not diamond 2. Misspoke there. But I believe those are the actual ranks. Hottie Williams, I believe, is platinum, and the rest of that team is sub-platinum. But don't let that fool you. They put up a great fight last time, and honestly, rank doesn't mean a whole bunch when you're talking about 5s. It's how well you synergize with your team and how well you put together those rotations that's really going to decide this game.
True. Very, very true. Looks like the pause time seems to be a bit lingering here. Maybe somebody seems to have more than just a simple issue. Hopefully, we'll have a reconnect pretty soon. But just for the sake of the competition, let's hope for Elotus' sake they don't lag out for too long here. It'd be very important.
I'm not sure who is having the connection issue right now. It looks like it might be Tristana, but I don't have a message on my screen that would indicate anyone disconnecting. So perhaps it's a technical issue, a keyboard or mouse malfunctioning. Could be something along those lines. Looks like there is a DC, so there is an issue related to the game. Communication has been established, so it's not player related. That is, the internet service provider is not the one to blame for this. However, there is a connection issue, and as we all know, Riot has long since forgotten about their customs, and they have not updated this system in a very long time.
Yep, and their answer to this is, you know what, we'll fix it all in Season 8. It's fine. Yeah,
That's what they
all the
said
problems
in Season 6. They said, we'll fix it in Season 7.
Yeah, you know what, Season 7, we'll fix it in Season 8.
Yeah, Season 10.
Season 10 comes around. Yeah, we'll fix it in Season 20.
Yeah, we'll get to it. They keep saying we'll get to it, and I'm sure they will eventually get to it. Riot's actually pretty diligent about that sort of thing, but as for right now, we are left with kind of a broken client when it comes to spectating, and when it comes to these custom matches, there's definitely not as much stability. Not exactly sure why, but I would imagine it has to do with peer-to-peer transfers. Those can always get corrupted so much more than when you use the peer-to-peer. And I'm sure someone out there in the chat understands way better than me about that. But they're not on the mic right now, so shut up.
True stuff. 56 people chiming in here, folks. I love that we got all of these people in here for a pause screen. The most epic of pause screens on Darkstar Gaming. It's going to be great. But anyway, folks, here's what's really important. Seems like a communication situation seems to be a little bit lacking on one side here. One of the teams, in fact, it looks like Elotus is saying, hey, why? Yeah, I believe you guys are seeing it on the screen in particular. But we're like, hey, why is this pause lasting so long? I don't know exactly what I can do personally for my position. I'm hoping that I could perhaps get Natsu to give it a quick check-a-rooney.
A check-a-rooney.
I gotta add more puns. Everybody's demanding more puns.
I
I gotta get my pun quota out there.
Hey, I Roger that. Get it?
Damn.
Get it? Because Roger.
I was trying to do worse than you, and you did so perfectly
I've
good.
set the bar so incredibly low. To get under it would be nigh on impossible.
Right, and I'm hoping I could even get at least one member to take a look on the opposing team to see why this pause is going on for so long. It's been 6 minutes. One of them is just kind of like, hey, what's happening?
Maybe we can merge our strengths and create a flame of puns with which we could use to write a memo towards some hottie.
I think we could merge such an idea with that it would be so good it'd be up in the sky. It's so hard. You did it so hard. You took all the good ones. You took every good one, and you left me with sky and merged. Like, come on.
I literally took all of them, and I took them for myself. That's the advantage of not having to worry about running anything.
Hey,
I don't. When I don't have to worry about actually running the show, I can just sit here and come up with puns all day long. It's amazing. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to put my hammer down. This will be my last one, at least for now.
I think you earned to do that.
Okay, that was stretching. Come on.
Don't be sorry. I can see you're just cletting around.
I'm going to have to bind my key to this to make sure that I can get those puns out at rapid fire rates.
Oh, I'm cringing too hard. Oh, I gotta breathe. Oh.
Perhaps I'll go for a ride in my Elotus Elise. No? All right. Okay. Anyway.
It went right over my head. It was so good. Over my head.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a car. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's cars.
Honestly, okay. Chat. Let's see your best puns, right?
Yeah,
let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll pass them around. Just flip the ladder.
Make sure you pay your money on time. I mean, yeah, I like it.
Pay yo.
Pay yo. I get it.
Pay yo debts.
Yeah.
I'm
interested.
A little bit worse. Reddit only loads so quickly. Oh, someone's trying to cheat. Someone's going into Reddit to find some puns.
Pumpkin eater. Mm-hmm. You know, it makes sense, though, that you would be a cheater, pumpkin eater, because there's a lot of pumpkin hanging around from all the the leftover Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
So, show of hands in the Twitch chat here. I know you can show your hands. Who all knew that Hallows Eve, which is Halloween, was actually first a religious holiday of Flamic implications?
Oh, yes.
And if you were aware of this, who knows what holiday that is?
I don't remember the holiday in particular, but we do have some other news, though. Looks like the unpause is finally done.
Woo!
Nobody answered that question.
All right, cool. Nobody answered that question. We may get back to it later.
Maybe get back to it later. Anyway, folks, finally, everybody's most hyped waiting has finally gone through here. We need to get some elevation in the hypeness. Tell me who's going to win right now, folks. I need to start chanting. I need to start picking some sides so that way I can express the vocality. And the
Heads up,
personality.
see ya, Annihilation Nation gets snacked up, and he does get stunned as well, rooted into it all, and he just taunts it out. First blood for Tristana.
Well, you know, a lot of confidence comes from Sia here. He knew he was done for, but in all honesty, he doesn't really have that much to worry about. The truth of it is, he's got a late games. Not much to worry about.
Yep, when you're about to die, make sure you BM.
Elotus!
Elotus!
And it seems like it's coming through. You can see the things coming in here. Some people are starting to say Resurge red. But anyway, Mr. Light Blue about to run into some very unsightly sky colors as he's trying to push him away. He does manage to get to the other side in the nick of time. Loses his Scarl, but does secure the red buff. As Gragas is now stealing not only a Raptor camp, but will also be stealing a red buff as well, from what it looks like.
If he can, I do believe he'll be taking that red buff. If at all possible, he's going to take that. He knows Rek'Sai's not going to be down there. He's going to be hungry for it. The question is, what's Rek'Sai going to do? He's going to return with Raptors. He's going to take it right back. So they're not going to gain anything other than Skarl being very late to lane.
So it looks like the same type of strategy kind of being used against one another here. Rek'Sai takes the camps of his opponent's side.
Oh no, hold on. Galio and Twitch are going to be there. He didn't get a leash. He's going to be low. Gragas is going to go down.
Yeah,
easy money for Roger.
Hottie Williams' strategy has backfired entirely against him, and now the upper half of his own jungle is about to be completely stolen from him. Poor Hottie. This is the second time he's ran into a very troubling situation.
Oh, Roger going in on I'm a Villa. Whoa. Gets to jump back a little bit.
Procs came off here. Villa got exactly everything he needed. Roger struggling a little bit. You know, the best thing about Galio against a Vel is you can basically cancel out the ultimate instantaneously. If you can't even get your taunt to hit it, you can always get your jump. But anyway, two fights happening at the same time here. Merge Flame almost going down here. Mr. Light Blue needs to get away from this very scary situation. But finally, he's going to lose Skarl. Nowhere else to go. Doesn't have the movement speed anymore. It's going to be Peiyao going to go ahead and get that last auto. No, Rogers sticks his hands out there and Hammer Fist down onto Kled. And he loses Skarl again and his life.
It was highly unfortunate for Mr. Light Blue Sky. Things are looking a little cloudy for him in this start. Definitely missing CS as well as going down in a kill there. He's going to have to use the teleport to get back into lane. Great synergy between Antiver and between Peiyao to just mobilize together into that invade and then sticking it through to the end. I like how Antiver didn't even pay attention to the return from Gragas on bot side. Just trusted that Roger and Sia were going to be there for him. So, again, great synergy coming through.
Very great.
I would like to call into question the Relic Shield from Twitch.
Yeah, I think the reason for this is he wants to try to force the same meta that has been working non-stop throughout both the LCS and in the competitive series as of late, trying to force some big plays to happen. Anyway, Peiyao doesn't have that much mana, but does have enough physical strength to fight Kled in the one-on-one, so that's going to happen. Thunderlord's Decree onto Villa is going to force Villa back a bit. Anyway, I had to speak for two different fights at the same time. That was awkward.
What? Hold on. Go back 1 second. What is the point of the Relic Shield? To force fights? Is that what you said?
Well, okay, there was 3 fights going on when I was explaining that. But here's what I meant to say. The Relic Shield is to help force the Ardent Sensor quick purchase, which is exactly the purpose of Dio's decision to go coin, just so that way they can force as much money into the Lulu as possible, so that way Lulu, with 2 heavy bags of gold, can drag it all the way back to the base, and then get herself, or in this case, an Ardent Sensor. But anyway, Sia taking some quick damage, intercepted midair by the Rek'Sai. I was so excited I didn't even know what his name was. Lulu tries to take him out. The shot has been blocked entirely by Memo. Great job on the body block.
Lulu mechanics were there. They just weren't quite enough. Slight misjudge by Dio. But that was such a desperate play on the side of Elotus. They just wanted that desperately. Beautiful interrupt by Entiver. But just there's not enough there. They still have the summoners on the side of
Memo's
Merge.
gonna just make sure they guide him all the way out.
No, they want more. They want more.
Yes, they.
Entiver is now in trouble, as is Dio. The Villa's also going to be in trouble in the mid lane here, taking some damage. Is he going to go down? Roger's level 6. Villa's not. He could get it off this wave, though. It depends. He's going to pick up the kill. Meanwhile, bot side, Sia goes stealth. He's going in. He wants more. Memo's there. Jace is there. Payout wants this. Entiver tunnels. It's not going to work. Root goes down. Hottie Williams gets knocked back. Tristana goes in deep, picks up kill number 1. It's polymorphed instantaneously, followed by death. And now Roger wants number 2 of the fight. And now we see the Fat Man backing out.
And it looks like Roger got the most out of all of that. Not 1, not 2, but 3 extra kills to go with the Vel'Koz. So, my goodness, he got everything out of that. That's going to make the situation even worse, I'd say, for Vel.
Definitely. Just picking them up and putting them down at this point. And as you can see, he is not backed for a while after those. He does have the ring, so if he decides to go towards the Majia's Soul Stealer, he could turn out pretty nice. Don't forget, Payout did get some gold out of that too, and Twitch honestly made off the worst of anyone on the side of Elotus there.
Yeah, he ends up going down, dying, I believe, in that situation. Or at least, no, he survived, barely though. But
he lived, he just didn't get any gold, really. He got 50 gold from the assist.
Yeah, and that's about it, really, at the bottom of it. Poor him, though.
Oh, my lord!
My goodness, that's almost going to take out Villa, forcing the late barrier. And Villa is going to obviously take a nice step back here. Galio is just a really good champion to completely negate a Vel'Koz when the situation is Vel'Koz is behind the Galio.
You could see the thought process in his eyes there. It was kind of like, okay, I'm getting tick damage. I should be okay. Oh, no, I need a barrier.
No barrier.
It was, yeah, that was crazy. And Roger's going to say, hey, chickens too. Guess what? Hottie Williams is in trouble. Antiver's there. Hottie Williams is going to take a good bit of damage, but there the eye brings out the true damage.
Roger tried to get away, but the too much speed for the teammates to come in as well. Gled secures his first kill of the game here. Great job of using the ultimate to help himself and his allies to get in a beautiful position to continue the chase after Roger.
And he gets the shutdown as well, so that's just a lot of gold going back towards Insurge or Resurge Red. That's something they definitely want.
Absolutely. Thousands. Let's take a look at the gold lead in this circumstance right now. Tristana happens to have the bigger gold amount thanks to the kills that happened earlier. Does have the gold lead at this time, but Lulu is ahead by a whopping 600 gold than the Twitch right now. Looks like the Ardent Sensor meta seems to still be intact for Lulu's sake because the money is still going into Dio quite a lot. In any case here... I was going to finish up with Kled. The Kled is now 100 gold on the nose behind Jace until Jace clears out that wave anyway. Now has a 300 gold lead because of that wave clear. Great job on that part, honestly, by him. But anyway, seems like the strategy is a bit hit or miss so far. Memo is the one tailing behind. Memo does manage to avoid a little bit. The bite was not enough, and the bind misses by the slimmest of margins. Memo, so close, but those skill shots just seem to be a little rough for him. Oh, wait a second.
As
Here comes
it's not
Clyde to
over
the
yet.
rescue. Dio is getting besieged. Memo trying to stop him. He gets the bind that actually forces Hottie to get the free catch and play. Roger, CC lockdowns him right back. Memo almost down. Is trying to play the support role, but avoiding any way of dying. Kled tries to get the Q. It misses. And Memo secures the kill. But here comes Phila. They take out one more. Can he take him out one more? The tower takes out Phila. I can't believe the closeness of every single person out there. It's every single second. It's so close. But they cannot secure the kill.
It's 7-7. Neither team coming out with a solid win there. A little better for the side of Resurge Red. They're going to get the tower, which will be the first one of the game if Jace doesn't beat him to it. Absolutely outstanding play by multiples. And Hottie Williams with that Gragas cast into the barrel, into the body slam for the kill was so next level.
Certainly, everybody's starting to sound like, everybody's saying I sound like Seinfeld there when I was screaming. Anyway,
That was such a fight. So impressed by the... Oh, what? What? What just happened?
Bye-bye.
Okay. So, well, Vel'Koz is back in all of a sudden? What has gone on? Suddenly, Resurge Red is popping off, and they want to take this game to a higher plane than we have previously understood it to be in.
And this is obviously still a late game type of style here, but if you're going to ever need a strong mid and early game champion, Vel'Koz usually is your man, but also has a very powerful late as well.
Here comes the teleport. Roger has to teleport back in to help that out. There's a huge fight brewing mid lane. Twitch is bot side. He's coming in on stealth, and there it is on top of Memo. Memo puts a shield on himself. Antifer's going to go down. No, he's not. He's going to get bigified, and Sia is going to pick up kill number 1 of that fight, trading over the power.
And that is a very vital and strong kill for Dio. Really good job that he made it that much easier for his teammate to survive and give the kill to Twitch to make that easy. Roger's in a bad spot here. The bomb is still on him. He's gonna barely live through that. Hottie is on the chase. Peiyao is trying to get a little bit on the way out. The bomb thrown back at him. They're knocking each other out, but honestly, it looks like Merge Flame is the one who comes out on top. Wait a second. Rek'Sai catches the Kled as he runs away. Mr. Blue's got nowhere to go, and Tristana is his only way out. He is gonna barely survive the tick, and he will live to see another day.
Hottie Williams absolutely popping off in that fight, totally taking the fight to Roger, and they're not done.
Dragon?
No, Kled got the dragon, got out clean. They're not done. Here comes Rek'Sai teleporting into the backside. They're trying to force this fight. Here's Jace right here from downtown. He's trying to pick up the kill. He's going to get merged. No question about it. He's trying to get out now. Hottie Williams says, hold up. Wait on a second. I am Villa trying to get space. Peiyao says, hey, guess what? I'm still here. I'm still something to contend with, and that's going to be another downtown shot. 2 goes over, and then Nintendo Dio picks up number 3. Memo is the only one remaining. There is no quarter given. Gold for gold. Another one from downtown. Absolutely annihilating any chance Memo had of sticking around that turret.
Wow. You know what? That takes a lot of not just confidence, but just know-how of kiting to do Peiyao's position there. He knew that he was just exactly where he needed to be to provide the pressure and still give his teammates the insight that, hey, we can get somebody on the way out. I know we can. That is just really great kiting by Peiyao. And honestly, my goodness, just another level of performances by him. He definitely seems to know how to play a champion that has range.
Yeah, this just is so fitting with how we saw him play Gnar. Now seeing Jace. Jace is like the next step of difficulty from Gnar as far as transforming champs go. So definitely he has that totally under his belt. The rotation here from Elotus is going to give them that bot side tower proxy farming, possibly. Excuse me. Sorry.
Anyway,
Hottie Williams is going to get that red buff.
After all of that went on, apparently, actually, it was you that sounded like Seinfeld and not me.
Was it the scream?
It was the scream, yes.
Unfortunate. Roger here, he's wanting merge. He gets the taunt, but Merge is
tried to
going to
get the
jump out.
knock-up to prevent the Tristana from escaping, but clearly Tristana timed it well enough to avoid that situation. And now the 4 members siege the bot tower while Jace is mid. Meanwhile, the Rift Herald is being secured by Kled and Gragas as they both work on it here. They do make it quite easy to secure. And Jace continues to siege mid. Vel'Koz has now moved there. The bot lane is not done yet. They want to keep that siege going. They want to try to force more gold here. Yeah, here we go, actually. The knockup does not catch Tristana, but he's going to commit further. He's under the tower. The heal surprised the Rek'Sai. And now Merge Flame is starting to come out a little bit ahead in that situation. Wait a minute. He misread it. See ya later, says see ya Fortney. Takes out the Tristana on the misread, and Lulu also gets caught out as well as Hadi uses his big belly to push Lulu right into the corner and out of the match.
Whoa, beautiful Idol of Durand, though. This will be the Idol of Durand coming through. Vel'Koz is not going to be able to secure the kill.
See ya,
it's going to be Twitch coming out on top and looking for more.
Wow, Sia swings it back again.
I could have sworn it went so many different ways, so many different times. Hadi Williams is on fire with those casks. He's been using them so well repeatedly. He just kept Lulu under tower for as long as possible, gets Vel'Koz that free kill. And like you said, Merge totally misread that. He thought they were on the prowl, but it was in fact Sia who just read through it even deeper and picked up the kill on the backside. Speaking of Sia, he now has a Runan's Hurricane and a BF Sword and a Berserker's Greaves. He's dealing a lot of damage very quickly. You can see Tristana, on the other hand, just going for the Infinity Edge and Berserker's Greaves. Still doing a ton of damage, just not quite going to be putting out the crits and not quite the attack speed, which is going to come to play right now as Sia says, hey, check out my damage.
A little bit of extra poking here, and we're getting into a situation where this Twitch is definitely starting to feel a lot more stronger. He's gotten a lot more confidence as well. Hadi thinks he's got a catch. Here comes the ultimate by the Galio. He's got Hadi in a spot, and bye-bye Hadi. Merge Flame gonna try to take advantage of Sia. Sia gets pushed back, but the damage did not come through in time. Kled tried to engage. He gets bursted as well. And it looks like in the front line, Peiyao takes out the back line. Triple kill, double kill, triple double kill. And that is the tower of mid that going down quick.
Beautiful by Roger. He just dove right into the middle of that fight, totally separating everyone. We saw that Hadi Williams got caught out on the backside. Mr. Blue Sky was nowhere near his carries. Flame and Memo got absolutely melted when they tried to 2v2 Sia and Dio. And that was just, we knew that was going to happen with Twitch at this point in the game. By the time they tried to back out, it was just easy cleanup for Peiyao with his shot from downtown and then his gap closer. Just really, really good team fight. All started with Roger. Beautiful Skyfall. Or actually, I don't think that's the name of that ability. Let me check that out real quick. Hero's Entrance. There we go. Yeah, the Hero's Entrance was just next level. Really, really well done to divide that team fight. And then great cleanup. I feel really bad for Hadi, as he was the one to initially get kind of boned and caught out from that.
Right, and you know, when you can take advantage of somebody who can CC lock you down, that's the best way to do it. Anyway, speaking of that, here we
Roger
go.
Gets picked up.
Completely catch him off balance, take him out. They don't have a mid laner now. Jace is still at the top side, has the TP, which means they can still technically attempt to steal this and probably cause a fight. Wait a minute, TP by Kled gets canceled by the Lulu, and Rek'Sai does steal this as they're taking it.
But Twitch is on the side of the fight. No one's attacking him. He's able to deal lots of damage. Stealth reset off the kill. He's trying to out of this one. Well, at the same time, Jace is taking down that top tower. This could very easily go bad for them. Hold up, Mr. Blue Sky. Interested, but not that interested.
Yep, he definitely couldn't see where Twitch was. Decided that he must have gotten out. You know, might have been just a little too fast around the corner. Sia did manage to show a much quickness with his feet. Jace then takes advantage of that, takes the tower topside, and now clears a little bit of camps before backing. Good job out of him, honestly.
Yeah, just get rid of those neutral resources. Wait, what's this? Sneaky, sneaky. He's going to go after Memo, but he gets bound up instantly. Is this a bad idea? Roger's there. Hero's Entrance once again to save the day.
Well, a couple ultimate, well, one ultimate in particular was used. That's actually pretty important. Jace's ultimate is like whatever, really, because you get it back in 6 seconds. But Galio's ultimate was used there, and that would be a bit of a mistake. I hope that's not going to come back to bite him, because the Baron's up now, and they could look, either side could look for a big fight, and then that could be the Baron after that.
I don't think they will. I think they'd rather get a pick with Twitch. I think they're going to try and draw the team out into their vision. This is speaking of Elotus. They're going to draw out Resurge Red into their vision line, and they're going to get a pick with Twitch. Just like right now, Hottie Williams is caught out, and we're going to see Twitch come in.
Hottie just getting some nice auto attacks, applying that red buff. Here comes Kled to the rescue. He dives onto that. Nowhere to go for the giant mother of all sand getting
But Twitch
exploded.
comes in on the side. 3 kills right off
He's
the bat.
going for the
This
penta.
is the
He's got the
Penta.
chance. Right now, the only one that can stop him is Jace. That is a lot of damage. He's got the Quadra. Right now, Light Blue, you gotta fight your way to get out of this one. There's nowhere to run. Sia has taken not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, all 5 members of Resurge Red. The first ever pentakill goes to Sia 4D.
What a fantastic way to end out here with the Baron fight. I'm sure this is going to result in the base push. Fantastic job. Once again, when Twitch is in the wings, when he's not shown yet, that is the most dangerous time to fight. You have to attack Twitch first or find out where he is and then fight. That is the danger of Twitch. That is the upshot of Twitch, and that is what every single Twitch player is looking for. Please, 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 fight without me. Fight when I'm not there. I'll be there in 2 seconds. Beautiful ultimate by Sia. Dio puts the shield on him, and they're all 3 stacked up. The penetrating rays of the Rat-a-tat-tat cut through Resurge Red like absolutely no other I've seen. Beautiful placement, and that's just a well-deserved penta.
Yep, and just it almost came one at a time, and that's the perfect possible, scenario for every ADC in existence. You always want the opponent to come at you one at a time, especially when you've got a Lulu right next to you. You just feel like there's not a champion in the game that can beat you after that.
That's what we call the highly controversial 1-by-1 strategy.
Oh.
It's highly controversial, but sometimes it works. Not very often.
Anyway, this could be their final attempt. Light Blue's gonna throw everything they got at this Twitch. The Twitch is critting like no other champion. He is just hitting every single person with every crit known to man. Meanwhile, Peiyao charges in. He gets himself a quite easy, quick kill, and he's not gonna let another Penta happen. Clearly, Pentayao still wants his MVP. Clearly, he smacks the eyeball, and that should just about end the game here. What an incredible finish for Elotus, who's now proven how strong they are in this series.
Yeah, absolutely brilliantly played.
65!
Absolutely brilliant game played by Elotus, and that's going to be victory for the game and for the series. Congratulations.
And that is how Elotus had gotten their first ever penta in Darkstar Gaming. No, not again, folks. We won't see the statistics. Let's hope that my good friend Timothy's got it for me. Yes, he does. The second I started complaining is the moment I got it. There we go. All right, folks, let's go ahead and take a look at the statistics real quick here. And let's see what kind of damage output that Twitch did, because my goodness, probably a lot. Here we go, folks. Right here, right now, we got ourselves the damage charts here. 9, 1, and 9 by the Jace. The Twitch went 11, 2, and 5. And honestly, the game just started to snowball out of control after that penta. Look at that penta. Everybody just came one at a time. Kled thought he had the ultimate catch on Rek's side. They thought they could maybe get, a little bit of steamrolling going, but Twitch with that Lulu just made it so unbelievably overpowered. And honestly, largest multi-kill by none other than the mighty Twitch.
I gotta say, definitely that pentakill rustled my jimmies a little bit. I rustled all in my jimmies. That was hair-raising. I could see it in my mind's eye happening, and as soon as he jumped into the side of that fight, that was it. I pretty much lost it. Lost everything. That's perfect play for a caster. Thank you so much to Cia4D for putting together such a beautiful, beautiful play. And of course, Dio. I mean, you got to thank Dio for being there and supporting continually. But still, I just love to see that. I was hiding. Pentakill, just like that. What a fantastic game.
Grr. Well, in any case here, let's go ahead and take a look at one of my favorite things to take a look at, the wards coverage. I don't know if anybody else cares about that kind of thing, but I most certainly do. We notice that, once again, Hottie Williams now on the high ward coverage, also highest wards destroyed. Good job out of him, personally. He actually managed to ward the most on Resurge Red. I'm hoping in the future Resurge Red really puts a little bit of extra effort into the future. Hottie, as good as he is, probably should not be the one warding the most out of the rest of the team here. Hopefully in the future they will, one of the biggest thing about a catching comp, which is what they have here, is ward coverage. That's extremely important. Warding is very important for catches, which is why when catches were made by Gragas and Kled, they were just so effective. They were clean. They just made the quick catch, and then they were out of there. And that's why it worked so well when he did ward. Great job by Hottie. Good legacy continued by this man. But in any case, let's go ahead and take a look at their opponents here. The warding coverage by Lulu was 15, just barely edged out Hottie. But it was kind of more of a focus on getting the Ardent Sensor, and that got Twitch in the beautiful spot that he was. Anyway, taking a look at the damage chart here, not a surprise. Twitch, once again, getting the same 20-plus damage numbers of 21.7, and considering the match was exactly 23 minutes, 21.7 damage, that's real good. Real strong. Probably needs to get a little bit weaker in the future. A little bit.
maybe just a little bit weaker.
A little bit weaker. Any case here, 11 kill spree by Twitch. This may sway the audience. In fact, we might be starting to talk about, hey, Twitch just got a pentakill. Maybe he should get the MVP and not this Pay Wow guy. Who even is Pay Wow, if you know what I'm saying here, folks. Anyway, those of you who, right. Anyway,
right. Okay, I mean, if you're asking me who MVP should be, which I know you're not, so I'm going to say it anyway because no one asked me, so I'll just ask myself, Starman, who should MVP be?
You know what?
Well, obviously the one that.
Hold on. Starman, who should be MVP?
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, second of all. Obviously the one that provided us with the most entertainment, which would have to be the beautiful Cia. I mean, that's the only solution. That pentakill plus all the spicy Twitch plays. I gotta throw that out there. If you're trying to go for the one that was most entertaining, you gotta go with Twitch. If the one that was most impactful, most quote unquote valuable, I mean, maybe you should consider the support.
Wait a second. Did I close my client? Oh. Wow, I did close my client.
Great job, buddy.
Great work. All right. Anyway, I gotta go ahead and get these names down here. That's the importance of being in the client. I can't believe that closed on me.
Yeah, we gotta do our straw poll, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I gotta know the names. You know what I'm saying?
So everyone, hang around. Don't go anywhere. We need your votes right here, so we could get the MVP thing settled. Since last time that casters did MVPs. There was a riot, and many casters were killed, and that's why there's only Army and I left, because all the other ones died. So, I mean, this is what you guys wanted, this is what you wanted, this is what you get, so you have to hang around, and you have to take part in the polling, or else it's not even worth it.
Okay, well, good thing to know in the future here. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think I lost complete track of every single person that was participating in the game, and the match history doesn't show me it, which means...
Well, I'll tell you what you do.
Yes.
Just put in support, top, AD, mid.
Okay.
No jungler.
I thank you very much for the suggestion. I think, hopefully, for everyone's sake, that makes enough sense as to why that happened. Client closed itself, I think, or maybe it just kind of closed in general.
Client closed itself.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Client closed itself, guys.
Wasn't.
You know what? I'm not there watching you. I cannot say client did not close itself.
And bam. There you go, folks. Straw poll is dropped here. Put your vote in for the top jungle, mid, ADC, or support. And we will have the statistics right here in front of you. Although it's a little hard to read if you don't have the thing at full screen here. But here you go, folks. Let's see MVP of this. Here is the statistics, the best I can possibly give you. But in any case here, let's take a look at the results. I'll go ahead and drop my vote in. And check the results right now. Right now, it's a bit of a fight. Oh boy, the ADC and top lane are fighting to the death for the MVP position. That pentakill versus the unbelievable Pay Wow. Sia and Pay Wow are fighting to the death here, and the support is also getting some votes here. Look at it flicker every single which way. Nobody seems to be able to get me a solid confirmation on who MVP is. You know what? I think Pay Wow or Pay Yao here might be regretting a little bit of giving away that penta.
Hold on, we got this. It's coming. It's coming together. People are voting. It's coming together.
There it is. 20 votes in. 2 votes going for the ADC. That penta might have just cost Pei Yao his chance to get his MVP. But I don't know if he really minds that much, because if he did, he would have probably not allowed that penta. But anyway, 9 votes. Wait a second. The lead ever so much growing thanks to that pentakill. You got to give a penta an MVP is honestly the right way to do it. But
okay, there's 21 votes in so far. We have 43 people watching. We got 20 more votes to go, guys. Come on, be real. We can see how many of you voted. And if you didn't vote, you know who you are, and bad things will happen to you. It's Halloween, people. If you don't vote, then you'll probably get hit by a car or something.
It's not Halloween anymore.
Right. Well, it's going to be Halloween in another 360 some odd days. So you better vote, or next Halloween a car is going to hit you. And when you're on the operating table, you'll be sitting there, and you'll be thinking, darn it, Starman, if only I'd listened to you and voted for that straw poll on Darkstar Gaming, I wouldn't be in the operating room with a broken spleen and 7 kidneys all over the place. I don't even know which one is mine, okay? That's you. That's going to be you a year from now. You better vote.
Oh, my goodness. What a very delightful, imaginative person you are.
I'm just trying to get. I'm just telling people, what's good for them. I'm trying to help people out.
Yeah, you're right.
And no one's listening at all. I mean, no one. Hardly anyone is paying any attention to me. Apparently.
Yeah,
We're up to 24 now, guys. Come on, 24.
I think 10 votes should just about secure it here. 24 votes in, 3 vote advantage. ADC, you got yourself a penta. That's kind of hard to deny here. But you should be a life counselor, by the way. Anyway, based off of what you said, okay, ADC seems to be pretty much enough votes seem to be secured here. I don't see it swinging anytime soon. You guys could always take your vote away if you happen to be voting for support, mid, or jungle, or you might just commit to your vote, and that's a good vote commitment.
I'd say we close the polls here in 30 seconds. I say count down from 30.
Yep.
I'm starting right now.
Okay. And we'll also count down the last 10 seconds as well, in particular, to do that type of thing. Anyway, for those of you who need another straw poll, here you go. Again, this is the final chance you might be able to get your votes in. So please get some votes in. This is your final opportunity.
10 seconds.
10.
9.
8. 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done! Ladies and gentlemen, the ADC with the 11 votes now has secured the spot. And there's no other votes that matter at this point here, folks. It's over. The president election is over. It's time.
Wow, that was dark.
That was...
See ya! Grabs that MVP spot on AD carry, rightfully so, with a beautiful pentakill.
So it's time for the spot in particular where we pack our bags, head over to the help desk, and get that interview underway, because that's the only way we'll be able to actually go to people and talk with them about MVPs and stuff. But anyway, in particular here, I think there's not really too much we can honestly say or do about the circumstances given to us. But until then, we will jump over to the league help desk, get our interview with Sia4D, as he has won the MVP with that incredible penta. I wonder if he feels like he stole it from Pei Yao, but we'll find out. Let's head over to the help desk right now so we can get on with that interview. Anyway, I'm finally at the help desk here. Oh my goodness, the chairs in here are terrible. Just horrible. Absolutely uncomfortable. And I cannot believe we're doing our interview here. Anyway, Sia4D, man. Nice to meet you.
Yo, what's up?
Alright, let me just be honest with you. And I'm just going to say this as the first thing. Do you feel like you stole that opportunity for MVP for Pei Yao? You feel like you stole it?
I do, but
Okay.
most of my team voted for me anyway because Pei Yao's English isn't very good.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, then that must be why he let the penta, slide through. He had the chance to take it. He could have stopped it right there.
Oh, no. He just wanted to make history,
And he certainly did. Thanks to his efforts, the extra oomph of damage let you easily scoop up the kill and then follow after the Kled quite easily to then make yourself the very first ever Dark Star Gaming Penta. My co-host here seems to have not have got the message I tried to send him to tell him to come here for the interview. But anyway, nice to meet you. I honestly, at first, I thought Pei Yao, it was like set in stone. Like he was doing incredibly great the entire game. You have anything you want to say in particular about him?
Pei Yao?
Yeah.
I was a bit
honorable.
iffy. I was a bit iffy on Pei Yao coming this match because yesterday he's been doing some questionable things, but he definitely pulled through.
And honestly, he's not the only one that pulled through. You actually really flexed all of your very strong ADC skills so far here. Obviously, not every single ounce of it. I'm pretty sure you got a lot left over in the tank in particular, but my goodness, you had shown a lot of confidence in your support here. How do you have such great confidence with your support?
I've been playing with my support for ever since I played this game, I guess, because he took a break for 1 year, but we got that synergy going on. I've been playing with him for ages now, so synergy.
You were just when you were playing as Callista in game 1, you just you knew Tarek was just gonna help you that whole way, and you just kept swinging, tossing so many spears. That poke strategy with the Ren was just very great. Honestly, you just looked like you were able to just get so much damage out of what you were trying to do there. Do you have any comments about that?
So my friend Dio, he wanted to play Tarek that game because he saw the games from yesterday, and he was just like, these guys don't know how to play Tarek. Let me just, show them how to play Tarek.
Nice.
Yeah, it made him feel really good when we drew that ban.
And especially you definitely, everyone seemed to not wanted J4 in any of these comps at all. So far, J4 was banned out almost every single time there. Is there anything in particular, the reason for that? Or is this just, you just wanted to make sure that wasn't in the option for Hottie?
Oh, we banned J4 because Anantre likes to, int when he plays J4. He puts the int in J4, so, we banned J4 just so he couldn't play it, because he likes to go AP and just swag flag people. So, we didn't want that at all, so we put him on some stuff. I mean, he inted in game 2, but anyway, so.
I think he did all right. a little bit of here or there. But honestly, your team looks like the chemistry is really on point. You got a lot of trust within everybody. You just you can feel it over the course of the game here. The way you guys were playing and the play style seemed to show a lot of confidence, whether it's in the early game, mid game, or late game stages. That's just very refreshing to see as a caster personally, especially after game 1, where that game just seemed like everybody was really all over the place. I mean, sorry, not game 1 as in your game. I meant yesterday's game. But anyway, final question for me here is, you are the very first ever pentakill. You managed to get something that many a team comps in so many other leagues and so many other places in the world struggle to get and secure. You are the very first one. It's recorded. Over 60 people have seen this. What do you have to say about it? It's probably going to be more, actually. It's probably going to be like hundreds later. Maybe even thousands.
It kind of was hinted I was going to get the penta after I got that instant triple kill at Baron. And then Payout just gave me the penta because we just wanted to see the pentakill flare.
It was very nice, by the way. It looked beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Will you be making more? Is more happening on the way? Or is that the final penta we'll ever see?
I mean, I don't really care about pentakills. I just want really fast game times, like as you saw. Like I think both games were 20 minutes.
Around 22 to 25 minutes. Very fast, though. Very fast. Honestly, that high impact action and just getting you from the late game to the early game quickly definitely seems to be working really well for you. CF4D, thank you very much for this interview. Very much appreciate you being a part of this interview. I lost in my voting. I actually wanted Payout for the MVP, but hey, as you said, his you won it. You got the MVP because you earned it, and the Penta people, they get MVPs. So thank you again.
All right.
Dual switch. He just kind of waved his hand and left clearly. But anyway, nice meeting you.
I'd like to give a shout out to Roger for coming in clutch for today's game. He's a substitute.
Oh, of course, yes. Congratulations to him as well. Yes, of course. All right, man. I will be heading back to my table. I'll get out of this terrible wooden chair. My goodness, it's no comfort at all in this. I'm gonna head over to the casting table to pretty much end what I'm doing. Bye, though, and congratulations.
All right, thank you.
All right, I'm off. See you later. Okay, it looks like Starman? What do you mean he's flexing? He's flex queuing right now? Are you kidding me? Look at this, folks. He ditched me. I can't believe he freaking ditched me. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, back to the client at hand here, folks. It looks like we might as well just go ahead and bring it up to a close. Oh, he's still in the chat, too. You know you ditched me. Wow. He freaking ditched me. I can't believe that. Anyway, folks, I might as well bring this to a conclusion alone, I guess. Well, anyway, here, folks. My name is Army Overlord, and I thank you very much for watching. Starman was here as well, and he gave you a great cast as well, except when he ditched me. All right, well, that just about brings it to an end here. Special thanks here over again to Timothy, who kept giving me every single one of them match histories right when I needed it, right when it ended. I needed it every single time he found it out, and I really appreciate it every single time he gives that very important pieces of information. It makes it easier for people to get that statistics that is extremely important to learn in the future. So thank you, Timothy. Thank you very much for the incredible game, guys. Thank you all for watching, dropping your comments, following, and just being a part of the Dark Star Gaming universe. We'll see you guys not just tomorrow, but we'll be seeing you guys maybe a little bit split on this, because in particular, we've got not just the next game coming up that is going to be casted by me, but streamed by me, but we'll be also having a little bit of the staff breaking up a little bit, because the game that was not supposed to be streamed is actually going to be streamed. Natsu happens to have a very special formula that's going to allow me to stream one game and him and possibly his streamer to cast the other one. So this is going to be a little bit interesting in the announcements. Pay attention, because tomorrow 8 p.m. you're going to have not just one game to watch, you guys are going to have 2 games to watch. Hopefully you guys will be able to figure out what is the most enjoyable content to watch. But until then, guys, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye, everybody, and good night.